I don't want to know your mind. I don't want to fly. I want to know what's inside of a black hole.
The discovery of AI can only be comparable to how human first found fire.
Like no hating on people yang ada partner macam kau dah kahwin apa semua tu one girlfriend. Aku bukan dengki sebab aku single.
You don't realize it, but you are changing lives when you make the videos that you make.
This episode we invited Space Dollah to our podcast, and this is such a very insightful episode. It's the type of discussions that I like to have with people, or when I meet people. It's a little bit about life, a little bit about science, and a little bit about their journey and how they get there. And I like this episode in particularly because there was so much knowledge being shared, there was so much wisdom, and most importantly, there was so much hope. And I think this is one of the many few podcasts that I've ever recorded that gave me motivation and gave me hope. And aku rasa macam benda tu best gila, sebab biasanya aku yang pergi kat orang kan, and then cakap macam ni motivation kau, ni hope kau. Tapi ni first time a guest buat aku rasa motivated. So yeah, without further ado, jom kita start the episode. Aku introduce diri aku, Adi introduce diri dia, and kau introduce diri kau, and after that aku kata roll to intro. And after that kita like aku edit roll to intro, and kita terus start borak. Okay, alright. Hello, Assalamualaikum dan selamat datang ke
Borak
Space. Saya Hakim Parker.
Saya Harizah Azman.
Dan kami bersama
Space Dollah.
Roll that intro. Dude, welcome to the show.
Thank you, bro.
Welcome to the show.
Can I just say something sebelum korang semua start?
Boleh.
Aku dah lama consume content kau, bro.
Damn.
Your content that really got me, bro, is when you attach content. Chop, kita cakap bahasa Melayu ke English?
Dulu boleh. Kita punya audience dui bahasa.
Faham. So content you yang betul-betul dapat attention I, bro, is satu, how you really stand for the Palestinians, and I thought that's very admirable.
Thank you.
And nombor dua, pasal Mamat yang dia post gambar dia minum Starbucks, McDonald's, semua benda tu.
Mamat tu.
And I'm like, lepas aku tengok konten aku cakap, dia ni relatable. Dia ni relatable.
Betul. A lot of people seem to think aku tak relatable. For some reason. Aku pernah ada this one time aku buat TikTok live kan. And after aku buat TikTok live, dah borak-borak and everything, semua orang apa semua tu, 30 minit later aku dapat DM kata macam, Hakim, saya nak minta maaf sangat, saya selama ni fikir awak bongkak, awak angkuh, saya tak pernah tengok awak borak dengan kawan-kawan awak ataupun dengan fans awak macam tu. Saya rasa macam dia ni sebenarnya orang biasa. Dan aku macam terima kasih, tapi asal aku fikir macam tu. Tapi normally no, memang banyak orang punya first impression of me is always bad.
I didn't know you. I have this one belief, bro, bila you jadi content creator, you have not made it if you don't have haters. Sampai you dah ada haters baru you tahu you've made it.
Betul.
Plus dalam kejayaan content creation ni, you tak boleh menang hati semua orang.
Betul.
There's a saying, just jaga hati orang yang suka apa you buat. Yang tak suka tu, don't waste your time.
Yeah, betul. Betul. I think it's the same thing yang macam, you kenal Nigel Sparks tak? The Cap City guy kan. He pernah keluarkan this one quote, simple je. Macam mana you nak cater to 1 juta orang kalau 100 orang yang support you pun you tak boleh jaga.
Betul.
So jaga that 100 dulu, and after that 100 tu kau cuba jaga kau, and then it's back and forth. That's why like macam it took like bertahun juga to building community. But it worked lah. How long did it take for you to like build your community?
Space Dollah dah 2 tahun setengah, tapi sebelum tu I buat True Dollah and that gagal teruk.
Oh, okay.
I tak start dengan education content, I start dengan reaction content macam KSI. I tengok KSI dan macam Mamat ni aku boleh macam dia.
Chop kepada audience yang tak kenal Space Dollah by any chance tak pernah lalu dia punya korang punya FYP ke apa semua tu, Space Dollah mainly makes like contents about space ataupun science and everything and stuff like that. And I've always loved science content, cuma this is the first time aku nampak it's brought to the people dalam bahasa Melayu. So biasanya semua je English je kan. Kau kena nampak English ni daripada Vice ke everything etc.
Betul.
So it's that nice twist where kau just cakap dalam bahasa Melayu pun it's interesting.
Betul.
So then sambung lagi, how long did it take? True Dollah didn't work out.
True Dollah I rasa setahun. I think it was like 10-15 minutes satu video, and then setiap view dalam 300-400 view je, so failed horribly.
Ni kat YouTube atau
YouTube? My priority first was YouTube, sebab YouTube je satu platform yang kasih kau gaji untuk 1,000 views. So macam mana sekalipun, priority should be YouTube. I still like TikTok, don't get me wrong. Lepas tu I cuba Space Dollah, and even when I buat Space Dollah for the first 80-90 videos, it didn't do well. And I think overnight daripada 3,000 subscriber dekat YouTube tiba-tiba meletup jadi 80,000 because of the video nombor 14. Yeah, so then I was like, okay, so this is how it feels like to make it on social media.
Yeah.
So it took me a while, about 2 years and a half, but I've been doing this for 3 years and a half.
Wow, that's like a lot of grit. Not gonna lie. Like, what were you doing before this? Because kau kena ada like macam sustainable income.
Betul.
Aku buat Grab.
Kau buat Grab. Kau buat Grab. Literally, kau drive people atau drive food?
Drive people.
Drive people. Damn. How long were you doing that?
About 2 years. Yeah. Kepada aku rasa Grab adalah pekerjaan yang paling sesuai untuk orang yang nak jadi content creator sebab dibanding pekerjaan lain, Grab you balik lepas drive, you boleh edit, you boleh shoot videos. So I dapat commit masa I kepada editing and shooting setiap hari. Dan dalam fasa hustle I tu for 8 bulan, every day I post satu video without fail. Sakit tak sakit,
Consistent.
girlfriend dah cawa, brokey.
So banyak free time.
Banyak free time. Betul.
Duit pun dah lebih.
So I fokus kat diri I lah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, after a while
We're not gonna lie, just like having a partner pun dah take so much of your time.
Oh yeah, bro.
Not gonna lie though.
Betul.
No hating on people yang ada partner, macam kau dah kahwin apa semua tu, one girlfriend. Aku bukan dengki sebab aku single. Bukan dengki sebab aku single. Tapi like macam, no, it's true. Sebab semalam pun member aku dah kata kat aku macam, Kim, jom 8 malam kat Discord kita nak play some games apa semua. Dia cakap, jap, I'm trying to go out on date ke apa semua tu. Yang maksud dah cakap, ni bukan masa tau.
Memang
It's still time.
Betul.
And aku macam, I'm not that lonely. I gotta plan these things out better. Okay, alright. So 3 years juga
3
and then
years.
after that big hit tu, what did you do with that?
So lepas tu account I monetize, then I think I made my first $1.30.
Wow.
And ini bukan daripada gift, daripada all this stuff, just pure RPM. And then I think 8 months later I made my first $1,000 and I was like, boleh buat kerja full time rupanya benda ni. So then I quit Grab, I buat YouTube full time.
Let's go.
And the YouTube channel is still running?
Yes.
Still running to this day.
YouTube I rasa yang paling powerful compared to semua social media lain. SpaceDollah is on every platform. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Facebook is catered to the uncle and aunties. And Instagram and YouTube catered to our generation.
Yes, betul.
TikTok lebih kepada kids. Tapi I perasan zaman sekarang yang paling banyak toxic sebenarnya TikTok.
Faham.
Yeah, betul.
TikTok ni toxic lain macam.
To be fair, right, aku rasa kan TikTok is such a weird mixture of positive people and toxic people. Dia macam ada audience muda-muda and audience tua-tua, audience yang memang daripada perkampungan, audience daripada bandar.
Betul.
Semua just all in TikTok je. And that's why like it's so crazy, not gonna lie.
Itu just nak menunjukkan yang macam memang senang sangat nak access, senang sangat orang nak tengok daripada kalau kat YouTube kita ada macam Facebook kan, kita ada anti kan. Dekat TikTok ni semua orang boleh tengok kan.
Betul.
Laju gila.
Betul.
And aku setuju lah yang macam the toxic mind frame. Okay, sebab aku sebenarnya ada a few videos aku yang borak pasal social things yang pernah viral tau. The first one, yang the moment aku went really viral was when aku talked about banjir yang berlaku kat Shah Alam tu. And aku cakap pasal how crazy it is. Kita ada the second tallest building in the world, tapi pasal sistem pembanjiran pun kita tak ada.
Ambil kau.
So aku macam pengang lah kan pasal benda tu kan. So that one went really well on Instagram, and then that went really well on TikTok, and then went really well on Facebook juga. Tapi on TikTok I got mixed. Kat Instagram I got like mostly positive comments. Tak tahu kenapa, tapi Instagram macam more personal for some reason. TikTok I got a mix of good and bad. Facebook, Masya Allah. By the amount of orang hentam aku tu, aku tahu kat syurga aku ada banglo. 17 tingkat minimum from that one video.
So what do you do bila you lalui benda-benda negatif ni? I'm curious.
Okay, so macam I actually have like a debating background tau. So I like to debate before when I was in high school and everything semua tu. And I always think it from a point of view like macam, okay, dorang boleh tear down my argument tak? So this is my argument. Okay, ada a few things yang they logically said tak? Okay, alright, that makes sense. Okay, I can understand from where you're coming from. Tapi kalau orang yang tak ada argument and they just menyalak dia, macam kau jalan tepi jalan kau nampak anjing menyalak, kau nak buat apa?
Betul.
Cuma this time, cuma this time kau faham je anjing tu menyalak apa. Anjing tu kau bodoh. Kau macam babi anjing. What do you do?
I love negative comments. I love it. I love negative comments.
Okay.
Memang baca semua.
No, I don't have the time to baca semua. But I ada tengok ada beberapa orang yang asyik dia je post negative comment. Orang sama.
Okay.
It's the same people je. And then dulu it affects me a lot. Tapi sekarang kepada I win because I'm living rent free dalam kepala diorang. So
Free advertisement.
If you're on almost all my videos and you comment on all my he'll probably comment your podcast too.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I'm like, man, thank you. Living rent free. Dia tahu tak bila dia comment tu, dia push content tu,
Yeah,
dia push
interaction.
So terima kasih.
Terima kasih tu. Actually, honestly, that's why aku selalu cakap, kalau benci, diam. Kalau benci, itu lagi.
Kalau benci komen lagi.
Dia jangan dengar dia. Comment, keep on comment. We appreciate it. Keep on commenting.
That's fair. That's fair.
Betul.
So you don't like allow the hate to macam get to you sangat lah.
I'm not here to make everyone happy. And kita kena ingat, we live in a world yang bila you berbeza pendapatan, berbeza pendapat, berbeza akal fikiran, how you view things are different, you will be hated. But
Betul actually. Yeah.
life is not about walking down a path and trying to be like everyone else. That's boring. So I didn't want to play safe when I chose to be in this industry. I wanted to be different. I was prepared with all the negativity, and kebanyakan negativity yang tengok ni semua sebab benci Sadik je, bukan benci aku. Paling banyak semua benci dia. Bila komen, tahu tak ni abang YB apa benda kena-mengena dengan aku.
Kau tahu tak, aku baru hari ni dapat tahu yang kau abang Syed Saddiq. Aku macam,
I'm completely different than him, bro. He's
yeah.
betul-betul workaholic. Aku tak suka the rules and system semua benda ni. But yeah, I realise kebanyakan benda negatif yang dapat daripada orang ni selalunya diorang just tak suka Saddiq je. And for some reason diorang nak tarik aku masuk. I'm like, bro, kau tak suka dia, pergi kacau dia lah. Jangan kacau aku. But yeah, it doesn't bother me. I have this superpower now. Bila I tengok benda negatif masuk, I buang je. Letak kotak, piu, buang je.
Nice lah.
Not waste of my time.
Tapi dulu kan masa aku mendapat orang kata apa kecaman-kecaman ni, aku macam fikir tau, apa kepuasan yang korang ni menulis-nulis ni. Aku sampai berfikir macam tu tau. Apa puas ni? Apa yang kau dapat kan?
I can tell you what. Kebanyakan orang yang tulis benda negatif, cakap benda bukan-bukan semua benda ni, they want to be you. Do you know 99% of the world population only consume content and only 1% produces content? So you are the 1%. Kebanyakan orang bila dia dah ceburi dalam satu bidang dan diorang tak berjaya seperti macam you,
diorang gagal.
They will hate other people that make it better.
Yeah, betul.
Dia tak suka.
Betul.
And
I want to highlight on that point. Aku pernah kan buat satu video pasal apa ni yang donations in Palestine, some NGOs are scamming kan. And then mula setengah orang kata aku macam apa ni pandai-pandai je kau fitnah, ready nak pergi neraka. Kan? Alright, cun. Lie. And then after that keluar artikel mengatakan aku betul. Dia tak katalah Hakim Pakar betul. Tapi dia tunjuk lah macam ni apa semua tu. And then aku kat situ, aku tengah buat satu video. Time tu aku rushing nak buat video. Just effect green screen kat TikTok. Tak pakai baju, just memang nampak sini je. And then tengah borak pasal video ni. And that video went well. It got like 600k or something like that kan. And then ada satu komen kat bawah ni, dia kata macam, kau ni tak erti pakai baju ke? First of all, satu, ni bukan aurat aku pun. Second of all, point aku still sampai kan. Then third of all, bila aku tengok dia punya profile, that's when aku relate dengan apa Gary V cakap. Sometimes these people yang hate
Gary V too?
I love Gary V.
I love Gary V too.
So,
I love Gary V.
That's why Gary V kata macam these hateful comments ni, you just layan them back with empathy je kalau boleh lah. Kalau ikut kemampuan kau. Aku tengok page dia, aku tengok macam Mamat ni sebenarnya dah beratus video dah, tapi none of them has ever hate FYP. So ni aku macam I think I can like understand kenapa pakai baju tu tak macam kacau jiwa dia. Sebab like macam here he is trying everything he can, tapi video tak pernah nak menjadi. And aku ni tak pakai baju je, apa semua tu green screen saja, tapi video tu masuk FYP. Tapi dia tak tahu, walaupun aku tak usaha untuk pakai baju, aku usaha apa nak cakap.
Yes. Betul.
Itu untuk years of expertise. Tapi macam aku faham the ideology of they wanna be you.
They've tried. Kebanyakan orang I tengok, ada satu Muhammad ni hater ni kelakar betul. Aku tengok dia selalu dia komen dekat semua video aku post. Dan bila aku tengok content dia, quite a lot of followers juga. Aku rasa dah like almost 400,000 followers. Tapi his habit is suka bash orang. Mula-mula dia bash Aisyah Khalid, lepas tu dia bash aku. I'm like, why? And then I realised bila you tak dapat something that you want, you cannot have other people get it. And if that is your vision of life, kalau itu purpose you buat semua benda apa you buat, that's sad because I don't have the time to think about you. And I'm living rent-free dalam kepala you. So yeah, it's so sad to see this. But there's a saying, bro, when you want to change the world, because I want to change the world. I know it's cocky and it sounds weird to say that, but I want to change the world. Changing the world doesn't mean Mr. Beast level millions of people. Changing the world means even if I get a handful of people to be educated dengan content that's changing the world already.
Betul.
So I want to change the world, and to change the world, you will not be liked at first. You will be hated, you will be disregarded, but it's okay. Tak apa.
Betul. I think a lot of great historians pun like macam when they wanted to change something, they were hated. Like kalau kita fikir balik pada zaman Nabi Muhammad SAW pun, time dia nak first preach out Islam, the amount of people yang hated him. Ataupun time Abraham Lincoln when he tried to abolish slavery, the amount of people that hated him. Betul lah. Changing the world requires hate, because kau tengah ubah something yang dorang dah selesa with. So that's why benda tu macam mencurigakan. So I would say you and your brother could be they have the same objective, cuma different methods.
I think me and Sadiq, two very different people lah, bro.
Oh really? Even your objective?
The objective maybe.
Objective maybe the same. Tapi
that's thanks to our parents lah. But who we are as an individual, we are two very different human beings. The things that I like, he don't like. The things that I agree on, he don't agree on. I don't like the system. He follows the system. But I guess no matter what, I love him. And I think he loves me too. Tapi itulah, kita dua ni orang yang sangat berbeza.
That's fair. That's fair. That's normal. Aku dengan adik aku pun lain. Aku rasa kau dengan adik kau pun lain.
Aku pun lain. Yes, betul.
It's so funny to me like macam how some people can be raised in the same family, tapi they can have very different pursuits of life. And I find that so interesting. Kau dalam family kau seorang je yang buat content kan?
Betul. Yang
lain semua 9 to 5
Yang lain
biasa.
semua 9 to 5 saja. And dorang just fikir macam benda-benda macam ni macam bukan untuk dorang and all. So tapi aku macam aku rasa benda ni memang untuk aku. So sangat-sangat berbeza lah. Even dengan family aku pun memang tak suka depan kamera and all. And aku tiba-tiba depan kamera.
Betul.
So sangat-sangat berbeza lah.
Walaupun dia ni pemalu lah. Depan kamera.
Aku cuba je. Betul.
Here you are. How's your relationship with your brother? And I think because it's not easy to have like both strong personas in front of camera. Satu tu in a very nation scale, and satu tu is like on a social media punya scale. But how's that dynamic between you guys? You guys ever bicker over something ke apa?
All the time sebelum ni. All the time. We grew up the same way. We were both nerds. We ponteng sekolah all the time. Pergi main sampai cafe.
Caught you, Sadiq.
10 ringgit 10 jam ya. Discount tanda. We were so addicted to playing games sampai tahap mama cikgu disiplin kat sekolah kita.
Oh GG.
So mama letak gambar kita dekat satu cafe tu, jangan kasi budak-budak ni masuk.
Damn.
So it's weird.
I love that. Your mom be like, no one getting special treatment in my school. Nice.
It's weird to see us both grow up to how we are now. I do miss the Sadiq that I know before, when I had the time to go wayang and everything, but I guess things are different now. But I will take a bullet for him. We may not agree in a lot of things, but he's still my blood brother.
That's family,
I'll
right?
take a bullet for him.
That's family. I would think about taking a bullet for my brother sometimes kalau dia tak buat sampah. Because we share the same apartment. Kalau I clean it up and dia punya tu just dia kena buang sampah je. So bila dia tak buat tu aku what a good day for Hitman to come. And I've also noticed that macam there was some podcast that you've been in here and there, and just recently pun you just went on a Dab on Air, is it? How was that?
Fantastic.
Like?
Fantastic. We did quite a lot of things. We talk about social media, how to make money from it, how to do social media manipulation, my advice to people who want to start social media, what they should do. So it's very good. But we've had quite a lot of bad podcasts too.
Yes.
Where,
That's what I want to bring up. Satu tu, I don't want to mention the name, tapi aku rasa orang dah tahu dah.
Yusuf.
Okay, dia dah
Tak apa,
mention.
dia mention, tak apa.
Dia dah mention. Dia mention ke tak apa. Tapi based on your experience So right before you came in, I woke up this morning and I tried to research as much as possible lah. Aku tak suka repeat the same conversation other podcast yang nak buat. And tapi I can't help but I feel like I want to repeat this part of the conversation where they mention about apa ni Yajud Majud, and after that dia muka terkejut, and after that dia cakap takkan tak tahu everything semua tu, and I hate that. So, first of all, aku paling tak suka, lagi-lagi bila aku baca wrong comment, aku paling tak suka when someone is shit talking on you because you don't know something. Like chill the heck down. Setengah orang time 40 tahun baru nak tahu alih bata apa. Walaupun benda tu common knowledge bagi kau dan bagi kawan-kawan kau, tak semestinya semua orang had the same access to that knowledge. And plus Yajud Majud ni, it's the type of like macam it's the part of the religion where it's how do I say this? Not fabricated, not fantasy. It's deep. The study of that is deep. And cara dia macam navigate that conversation, I didn't quite like it.
Do you want me to be honest with you?
Yeah.
Actually, I tahu. 59% of SpaceDollah viewers are non-Muslim.
Okay.
59% of my viewers are non-Muslim, especially on YouTube. More than 70% are Indonesian. How do I want to spread the beauty of Islam? By curiosity.
By saying you don't know something lah.
When I did that, you tahu tak berapa orang buat content pasal Yajud Majud? Initially, I planned to do that a 6 podcast with Yusuf to constantly play that card, and at the end share the beauty about Islam. But bila I nampak orang kita sendiri bash, I okay, chill a bit. But yeah, whatever. It doesn't bother me. They can say whatever they want. Yang penting I tahu niat I. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. You know, I think it's like the same thing like macam niat kau clear and the results are clear, even though like macam you kind of got hate for it. Because I think the same thing happened when I spoke about like macam the amount of cyberbullying that calo orang got. Like at one point I couldn't take it anymore. So okay, aku just make this video just for friends only saja. But you know, I think aku private all the videos. Tapi ever since then, I'm seeing less people shit talking on them. So macam that message sudah sampai. Walaupun probably the way I explained my first video, the point that it sampai, tapi I saw the side effects and I'm like seeing it, and I think that's probably like the same thing that you were trying to do.
Betul. Social media manipulation is a real thing, bro.
Yeah.
This is what we call social media manipulation. It's when you understand social media to a certain point, you know how to game it. It's like why do celebrities zaman sekarang bila putus kahwin buka tudung announce kat satu dunia? Why the fuck do they do that? That is social media manipulation. You think ada orang putus kahwin nak cerita satu dunia ke?
Betul.
Nobody wants to talk about this stuff. This is social media manipulation.
One easy way to think of it, like macam you know the game Mafia? Yeah, macam apa ni, one person is the mafia and everyone else is the normal person kan. And then it's actually, that game was invented by college students, tapi I forgot which college, but it was quite a prestigious college. And cara kau main that game kan, mafia tu boleh manipulate orang punya tu sebab dia tahu he has all the information. So that's why dia nak tunjuk ke kau, this is what happens when somebody has all the information, macam ni dia boleh manipulate orang yang tak tahu apa-apa. So that's around the same line lah.
I did one social media manipulation. I told my students, you know what? Because I have a course where I teach people how to be content creators. So we have a Telegram group, and I always update my students. Okay, today I'm going to do a social media manipulation to see what works, what don't work. And in that podcast, I said to him, I want you to ask me about Illuminati. And I'm going to say that I'm a part of Illuminati.
Okay.
And then that podcast viral. From that short 1 minute video, dia bawa banyak views kepada the long form content. But people who watch the short will think I'm really a part of Illuminati.
Faham ya, tak buat research penuhnya lah.
The problem is some viewers kantoi kan, they're like, oh, we watched a full video, you really tricked us and everything. But that is social media manipulation. And because I teach, I have to show results
lah.
Yeah.
Betul lah. Yeah. That's only fair.
No, betul. Orang tengok tu sikit, so pergi tengok yang full.
Betul.
Baru dia orang dapat tahu betul-betul.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so then like, okay, macam I understand how most of your viewers are non-Muslims and you wanted to create the curiosity of Islam. And there was a 6 podcast plan, right? And then why did it stop just after 1?
Dah 2 dah ni dengan Yusuf.
Okay.
But now I think I should slow down a bit because my business in Space Dollah kita ada 4 orang. One of my friend nama dia Nizam, he's the business guy at Space Dollah. I don't like business.
Okay,
I don't
faham.
enjoy business. I just like making videos.
Yeah.
And Nizam was like, bro, kau kena chill. Talk pasal benda ni. I'm like, okay. So not for the time being. Plus I rasa apa yang I akan buat January ni akan lagi menyebabkan kontroversi. So maybe it's the right time to chill first.
Okay.
What I'm going to do on January, bro, is going to blow your mind.
Oh, okay.
Let's
That's
go, kita tunggu.
interesting.
Sebulan lagi.
Lagi 2 bulan ish lah. Tak masuk Disember lagi. Tapi that's interesting. Okay. Faham. And why do you do that?
I want to teach. I don't want to play safe dan I nak teach. I enjoy teaching and I enjoy kongsikan ilmu yang orang tak terfikir nak tahu. So for example, hari tu kita pergi Indonesia and kita shoot documentary tu dengan Torajans. So dalam video tu you akan nampak I tukar baju mayat, tidur dalam gua ada 800 mayat, and then January ni lagi kau-kau, we're gonna go to India. Kita akan shoot documentary dengan puak Agori. Ni puak terakhir di dunia yang masih makan daging manusia. So I akan pakai seluar kain pendek, like boxer size, cover my body dengan ash, ikut diorang joget. I'm going to ask them to cast me, buat black magic at me because I don't believe in it. I want to prove to my audience it's not real. So yeah, it's going to create a lot of controversy.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, though.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's like science versus superstition. I like that.
It's different.
Okay.
You will get a lot of hate because nanti dia cakap you ni orang Islam tapi you join dengan orang agama.
Tapi dalam Islam tak masalah nak belajar. Kau boleh je belajar. Jangan percaya je. Kau nak duduk dengan Tok Bomo pun, Tok Bomo explain A to Z everything pun. Okay, alright. Jangan percaya.
Betul.
Itu dia. Jangan percaya.
Ya, betul. Islam mana pernah halang kau belajar tu. Kau boleh je belajar tapi jangan percaya. Percaya pada Allah lah. Allah is the absolute. Kau nak tengok cara a tribe makan human meat just for your own curiosity when you say it's fine. Tak pernah Islam kata macam jangan.
Kalau I tak buat, siapa nak buat, bro? Takkan masalah.
Yes. Betul doh. Betul.
I dapat idea semua buat dokumentari ni pun daripada tengok Mak Saleh buat. I tengok Discovery Channel. I tanya dia, kenapa orang Malaysia tak ada buat lagi? Asyik pergi travel nice hotels, all this bullshit.
Travel vlog.
I tak minat benda macam ni. I like documentaries. I enjoy consuming documentary content. So then I try lah buat dengan Indonesia ni. Tak sangka dia meletup, explode macam itu sekali. So I was like, okay, there's a market for this. Baik aku cuba buat betul-betul.
Faham? That's fair. Betul, there is actually a market for it. Kau pernah tengok satu documentary? I think it's a documentary. It's about this one journalist where he is questioning all the proof yang geologist pernah pernah macam presented. It's on Netflix tapi aku lupa apa nama dia. Tapi dia punya shtick, the things that he like to say is like the serpent in the sky. Have you ever seen that? Tak pernah lagi. Okay, nanti aku tanya kawan aku and aku try to send you the link. But it's so interesting because like in this particular documentary, orang kata macam okay, journalists say that ni happens because of ni. And tak ada siapa pernah question. And dia pelik, kenapa tak ada siapa pernah question? And kata because dorang geologists, they should know best. No, that doesn't mean I shouldn't question. Dia time ni lah kau patut tanya kan, since ni know best. Okay, awak kata ni berlaku, tapi saya dapat info ni pun ada berlaku juga. So mana ni fit dalam timeline ni? And dorang macam jangan tanya banyak then dia dah start bengang. Dia dah macam mana boleh macam tu. So then he made his own documentary. Dia journalist je, tapi dia belajar geology A sampai Z, just nak prove kan whether apa geologist tu cakap 100% accurate or 85% accurate. And that's like the best part about knowledge. You can never like sit down and then fully claim you know everything and everything is
Nobody
right.
knows everything.
Nobody knows everything.
Nobody knows everything.
You kind of have to like macam question and doubt a little bit. And bila kau question and doubt, that's why dia macam reaffirm more of what you believe in, ataupun it makes you learn something new.
Betul. Kita tak boleh nak terima sahajalah.
Tak boleh.
Makan sahaja.
Tak boleh. Kena menyoal sikit.
Yes.
Kena menyoal sikit. And then orang tu kena berilmu cukup enough lah untuk menjawab. Kalau tak boleh jawab right now, tak apalah. Kata it's okay. I'll come back to this when I have the answer. I don't have the answer now. It's a very good question. I'll come back to it soon.
But that's another thing. Orang kita is bila you cakap, actually bila you cakap you tak tahu, it should be a good thing because you are telling you don't know. Tapi instead kena bash. So would you prefer I cakap yang I tahu semua benda bila I tak tahu? Is that what you prefer me doing?
Tak. Kan? Bagi aku, itu just orang nak nitpick a certain point je, just to bring you down je. Just nak tunjuk tengok Muhammad ni tak bagus pun. Kepada dia, it might look like he's winning the argument, tapi I think the audience boleh nampak, okay, he's a real person lah. Dia tak tahu something. And then this guy is just seorang-seorang.
I didn't lose followers from that. Actually, I gained more followers from that.
Alhamdulillah.
Like, yeah, whatever. Tapi itulah macam saya cakap, I rasa documentary India will make things very bizarre for Malaysia, because the things yang kita plan nak buat pakai rantai dengan 24 tengkorak, and then diorang suka isap ganja dengan tahi lembu. I'm like, how does tahi lembu taste? So curious, I'm going to try it.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Dia beritahu.
Yeah.
Gila
Now, of course,
bang.
my mom, my dad, semua was like, oh my god, no, bad idea. But if I die, I die. But at least I want to try doing what I want to do. Dunia ni, kita terlalu fokus kepada dunia yang kita lupa kita ini adalah serpihan kecil di keluasan alam semesta.
Ya,
We are
betul.
so focus kepada apa yang kita tak boleh dan kita boleh buat. Tapi kita lupa yang kita ni lebih kecil daripada zarah when you compare to the vastness of the universe.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
So what is me doing all this compared to the vastness of the universe?
Betul.
Nothing.
Completely nothing.
Nothing. Kita can I tell you something that will blow your mind?
Yeah.
Sila.
Tak tahulah kalau korang, do you know a bit about space?
Yes.
Sedikit
Okay,
je.
I just want to tell you how small we are in the vastness of the universe.
So small.
Fantastic. Kalau you first of all, kita punya galaxy. Let's call our galaxy, untuk kasih viewers semua faham, kita call kita punya galaxy, kita punya kampung. Okay? Dalam kita punya galaxy sahaja,
Nama kampung kita Milky Way.
okay,
Let's go.
dalam kita punya galaxy sahaja ada dalam 1.8 ke 1.9 billion bintang. Matahari kita tu bintang juga ya.
Billion tu 100 millions. Ke 1,000 millions?
Is a lot. Is a lot.
Is a lot.
Is a lot.
Is a lot.
Yes. So ada 1.8 billion bintang. We are rotating around a supermassive black hole. Kita sedang bergerak dengan sangat laju around the supermassive black hole. Dikelilingi semua bintang lain macam bintang Andromeda, semua ni ada planet-planet sendiri juga. Now, itu baru kita punya kampung. In the observable universe, dengan teknologi yang kita ada sekarang, dengan apa yang kita boleh lihat, ada dalam 2 trillion kampung. 2 trillion. And that is what we can see. Allah is such an amazing creator that dia sengaja letak boundary, letak limit. You can never see above. Walaupun satu hari kita ada teleskop yang besar-besar planet, we cannot see beyond that. Sebab that is how long it takes cahaya untuk sampai ke kita.
Betul.
In between the 2 trillion.
Ya, aku nak explain sikit pada the speed of light kepada the
Please.
people. Okay,
Yes.
right. So the speed of light ni, it travels in 187,000 kilometers per second, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay. So 187,000 kilometers per second. Think of a super fast car. Alright, okay. And that's how speed of light travels. Light ni benda paling laju dalam dunia. Okay, so that means, let's say kau tengah tengok daripada bumi, kau nak tengok ujung galaksi tau. Okay, so let's say kau point out, okay, keluarkan cahaya tu kan. Because light is reflective. Teleskop ni basically reflective je. Macam aku tengah nampak kau ni basically reflective. Alright. Okay, so aku nak tengok something at the far end of the universe kan. Pergi. Travel. Kau rasa berapa lama before dia sampai the end of the universe tu?
Very long.
Very long.
Lama
By the
dah.
time kau dah cucu cicit yang ke 27 juta,
Yeah,
baru dia sampai balik. Just to see the end of the universe. Even though it's the fastest speed in the world, that's how late it's gonna come back. That's how the speed of light works.
We are so tiny. Kalau you kira setiap butiran pasir yang ada dekat bumi, ada lagi banyak planet dekat luar sana daripada pasir. Yet we are so concerned about your sexuality, your religion, what you do is right or wrong. I never understand this. Bukan ke hubungan saya dengan Allah sepatutnya antara saya dengan Allah. Kenapa ia penting untuk I bercakap macam you, rupa macam you? Religion, God should be personal. You don't have to talk and look like everyone. That is a propaganda created by the politicians to control you. Religion should be between me and my God. But we are so concerned. We live in a world now. You lain, you're a horrible human being. You berbeza sikit pandangan you are disregarded.
Cast aside.
So it baffles me. I always like to think we want to believe in kita ni special. We like to believe that we are special in the vastness of the universe. Yes, tak ada bukti lagi yang mengatakan alien tu wujud and all this. We have not seen hard evidence yet. But it is illogical to say tak ada. It is illogical.
Betul,
We've not seen it yet.
Yeah. Even from like some Islamic punya scholars point of view pun dia kata macam it is good to think that other life forms exist just to put praise that Allah is that powerful and that almighty. That he can create another type of species, another type of race or whatever, blah blah blah, etc. Tapi there are also some people yang kata that macam alah bila fikir terlalu banyak pasal benda ni nanti dah tiong dah otak nanti semua. But it's not like that. That's why I kata macam moderation is key, you know. Just enough for you to learn and observe and love, and not enough to where you macam dah dilute, because there are some alien fanatics out there yang terlalu dilute inside. And I don't like anyone yang terlalu taksub in anything. So yeah, continue on with your point lah.
I like the idea of thinking that we are not alone. Of course, macam saya cakap sebelum ni, semua bukti-bukti yang you nampak alien spaceship semua benda ni, that's not hard evidence. Let me tell you right now. Semua benda yang dengar dekat berita semua, it's not hard evidence. Lagi-lagi tiba-tiba sekarang Amerika nak cakap aliens are real, lagi aku tak percaya. Before, when we didn't have evidence, they didn't want to say anything. Tiba-tiba sekarang they just want to say it exists. I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, fair.
But it's also logical that it's very hard to find aliens. Sebab you kena fikir, kalau I suruh you pergi dekat laut dan cari satu ikan, ikan ni nama dia abu. You ingat senang tu you nak cari abu?
Susah.
Payah kan? Angkasa lepas is much bigger than laut. So of course it's going to be hard. Plus apa yang kita nampak bukan the situasi dekat situ. It's very different. We are looking back to the future. So but yeah.
Sambung balik the speed of light thing pun. Let's say kalau ada alien civilization pun, dia tengok Earth as it is right now kan, tengok the speed of light, and dia patah balik, probably to them apa diorang nampak zaman dinosaur kita. So mungkin kita tak tahu pun kita exist. And plus kalau kita exist pun, kita orang belum a type 1 civilization. Kau tahu type 1 civilization apa? Type 1 civilization kepada viewers yang tak tahu is,
you know that.
I'm a big science geek bro. A type 1 civilization is a civilization yang dapat guna the entire resource yang kat planet bumi. Yes. Tu dah type 1. Tapi kita belum type 1. Kita dalam probably 0.7, 0.6. We're somewhere around there. Type 2 civilization is the time kita boleh guna the resources from neighboring planets. And paling best ni kalau kita dapat neighboring planets type 2 ke type 3? Type 3 dapat guna sun.
Type 3 type aku Star Wars.
Type 2 sun. Okay, type 2 kita dapat guna the energy of the sun. Kita boleh create, I don't know, solar panels or whatever ways lah to get energy from the sun, and then we use that energy. Type 3 dan time tu kita dah start exploring other tu.
Dyson spheres.
Yes.
I think that's fantastic. I truly hope that dalam kita punya lifetime we would be able to create AGI, General Artificial Intelligence, so that we can live forever. I really don't want to die. I want to see what happens in the next 200, 300 years.
Curious about the evolution of the human race.
Curious. I think that'll be so fascinating to see. Sorry?
No, have you read the three body problem?
Oh, I love that.
Oh, dude, the three body problem is so great.
Really explain.
Okay, the three body problem is actually a fictional book written by this Chinese author tau. Tapi dia
ada kat Netflix juga kan?
Ada kat Netflix, tapi it's just the first season je apa semua. There's 3 books, the 3 body problem, the dark forest, and the last book aku forget apa. So dia test the possibilities of science to the limits, where macam let's say humans have the capability, kita dah reach macam close to a type 1 civilization. So the 3 body problem starts off by this one Chinese scientist sending out a distress signal to outer space saying that we exist. And they use that using science, or they back it up with science. It's such a, how do I say, how my friends say, it's a very bland book.
Dia tak very, macam kata-kata dia tak ada macam wow.
Macam the wow sign kan.
Tak ada. Dia macam very descriptive saja. So kau baca tu macam blend gila buku ni. Tapi best sebab science dia yang make it so interesting. So dia explain theoretically how this can happen. So dia dah explain, dia dah send a beacon to the universe, kata macam hey, we exist. So this lady yang buat this code out there, one day got a response.
Wow.
And the response is kata the alien responded saying, you are lucky, I'm a pacifist. Do not reply. We will come and get you. So then after that lady kata come. Sebab dia sebenarnya that girl dia dah malas dengan the human race. This was the time where science was discarded, seen as witchcraft. And dia punya bapa was a person yang kata macam, how can I scientifically prove God? Okay, so and because of that, the people in China kan, they punya mentality of thinking at that time frame like around 1600s, 1800s, 19 something, where they kata macam, that's wrong to atheism, whatever shit like that. So kill the dad. So the girl macam give up with humanity. Dia kata macam, we need another life form, take over and then reshape Earth. And then and then after that, years later, they found out that these aliens are actually coming. And they're coming within 300 years. You inside your head, okay lah, I'm gonna fucking die in 300 years and what the fuck do I care? Tapi no, it's the entire civilization. Your grandchildren ataupun your grandchildren punya grandchildren, they're all gonna stay in the planet. So right now, these aliens, while they are traveling, they are sending like probes that move at the speed of light. It's like a supercomputer. They're comprised of a small atom of a supercomputer comprised of a small atom, trying to mess with every single scientific discovery that Earth has found. Because dorang punya logic, and this is how beautiful the book is. Dorang punya logic is that in 300 years, humanity by that time dah boleh prepare enough things to take them down dah. So they have to slow down their science. So that's why they try to ruin their experiments and everything stuff like that. Because let's say macam from we first discovered flight, belajar buat airplane, how long did it take for us to discover internet? How long for us to discover AI? Ni. Kita improving at a very rapid
But
rate.
AI is monumental.
Yes, AI is monumental.
AI is monumental. Apa yang daripada phone 3310 semua benda ni kepada AI sangat, the discovery of AI can only be comparable to how human first found fire. Banyak orang pandang remeh-temeh AI sebab diorang fikir AI ni just the art stuff, the videos, the
AI
memes.
akan merosakkan dunia lah apa.
It is going to change everything. Everything. I think UBC will come very, very soon, Universal Basic Income. It will take over a lot of jobs. But we are still so concentrated on everything else. But yeah, I I've not read the book now that you mention it, but I don't like reading lah, bro.
Oh, faham. Then get an audiobook tu.
Okay.
Kawan aku just explain it back to me je pun.
Okay.
Itulah audiobook.
Itu audiobook aku. And then I think you will start falling in love more with the science bila kau masuk Dark Forest, the second book. The Dark Forest tu is such a beautiful story. So here's the Dark Forest punya theory. Okay. And this applies to science as well. You are alone in the jungle. Alright? What is the last thing you want to do inside a jungle where there are tigers, lions and other type of predators? Make noise.
Betul.
You don't want them to know you exist, so then they come and attack you. So the Dark Forest is kind of like the Vastness in space. Space besar gila babi. You don't know where other civilizations are. Tapi kalau kau buat bising, orang dah tahu. So kan the Dark Forest dia sambung to this thing coming over kan. So they sent a message because diorang right ni, diorang punya photon to move at the speed of light tau. So diorang macam dapat every single information. So diorang hire diorang got 5 people. These 5 people are called wall breakers tau. Ke walls or something like that, where they can hear every single conversation. The aliens right now boleh hear every single conversation, but they don't know what you're thinking. So they elect 5 people to have unlimited resource, unlimited power, just to come up with a plan to take down these aliens. So that's how diorang punya nak kita lah. So all 4 fail except for one. One tu dia punya plan was the Dark Forest punya plan, where they are made a lot of atomic bombs and circulate around the sun, and saying to them, if you don't stop try to attack us, I will light up all the atom bombs. Not to make the sun explode ke apa semua tu kan, just to have a blink. So bayangkan, you are another alien civilization, kau tengok space, everything's all good. Tiba-tiba you see a star blink. Stars don't blink. What is that? So threatening them, kata macam, okay, you might come and take us, you might conquer Earth for 100, 200 years. Tapi then a stronger civilization might come and attack you back. That's the dark forest. Bila kau dan diam, dan tu semua, nothing is prepared, duduk diam lah. If you're not that all powerful, all that great, duduk diam. Sit down. Dark forest.
Here's a question. Do you believe in aliens?
I like to believe they exist.
Aku percaya yang mungkin orang ada. Sebab aku tak rasa macam sebesar-besar ni kita je ada kat sini.
Good. That's a good answer. I definitely don't believe in is hantu.
Faham?
I don't find the logic behind the hantu. Kalau hantu ada, kenapa hantu racist? Kenapa ada Pontianak? Kenapa ada?
Aku tak faham the concept of hantu. Let's say macam kalau aku hantu kat Amerika, kenapa dia takut dengan Jesus Christ? Tapi kalau hantu tu kat Malaysia, dia takut dengan Allah SWT.
Exactly.
And kalau hantu tu dekat China, dia takut dengan the Buddhism of dekat China. So aku macam,
hantu pun racist juga.
yeah, exactly. Tu aku macam inside my head, like I believe in jin, syaitan and everything semua tu.
Jin syaitan is different. That's not hantu.
Exactly.
Jin and shaitan is jin and shaitan. But people are comparing jin and shaitan with hantu.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've tried. I've gone on a mission to try and look for it. Bukan with the intention of menakutkan diri, but I'm very curious. I'm a curious person.
Tapi that's also, I feel like some people will say that macam that's also one of the main reasons dorang don't show them to yourselves, because this is what I gathered from people lah. The more you believe in it, the easier for it to macam take form and just to kacau you mentally, because that's what their main priority is to do, just to kacau you mentally. So for that brief moment, ni apa some ustaz kata lah, for that brief moment, your biggest fear was no longer Allah's wrath, but the scary thing in front of you. So that was like their purpose lah. So I believe that some syaitans ataupun some jins got probably like macam Allah's permission just to test your faith je at that time. So tapi macam the more you look for it, the more you are brazen that they don't exist, then inside the head, apa nak kacau Muhammad ni sel? Baik kacau Muhammad tu.
Ya tu.
Muhammad tu lagi senang nak goyang. Dia kacau Muhammad ni buat apa? Dia nak apa? Subscribe ke aku. Lancar.
Aren't you curious if they exist where they live? Mana rumah dia? Don't you want to see what the fourth dimension is like? Because kalau dia wujud, maksudnya dia bukan duduk dimension kita lah kan? We are a 3-dimension species. So kalau dia wujud, maksudnya they live in the 4th dimension and above. Aren't you curious? Don't you want to see what the 4th dimension
really
is?
am. Yeah. Tapi that requires to macam apa ni? Orang kata buka hijab.
Yeah.
And that's something yang some people have always told me to be very cautious about. So aku macam sebab aku ada satu member, dia kata hijab dia terbuka. So ni cerita dia je. Alright, so aku just nak sampaikan cerita dia je. So dia kata ada this one time, ada for a brief period, dia punya hijab memang terbuka. Dia tak tahu kenapa, tapi memang terbuka. And then he started seeing things. So macam for example, dia kata bila wife dia tengah marah dia nampak there was a figure tengah cekik dia punya wife, causing her to be more and more angry. And then dia kata when he was like jungle trekking, he saw memang like ada pengkampungan, but not on the floor, tapi atas pokok tu. Layers and layers and layers on top of the tree, where macam they're just living in tu apa semua tu. And these are all jinns mengikut kata dia. And aku macam, wow, that's interesting. So I can never disregard what he saw because I haven't seen it. But it's such an interesting concept to believe, because again, talking about the vastness of space juga, and how much we don't know about space, how much we don't know about our own world pun ada.
Yeah, true.
Ya, sangat.
So aku macam, there's a possibility, and if I can say that aliens exist, I cannot just throw away this aside.
Betul.
Macam aku nitpicking information at this point.
But
you know?
aliens, dia macam ada logic. Hantu dia tak ada logic.
That's the thing, right? Yeah, it's hard to logify. This is what I think. Macam some things you cannot logify. Macam emotions.
I rasa hantu ni is just created by our great-great-grandparents. Time tu tak ada internet, tak ada phone, tak ada apa-apa. Dia nak dia balik dari masjid cepat. So dia keluarlah hantu tetek. Hantu ni just to scare the fuck out of you.
Betul. Hantu raya lah.
Hantu raya. But there's really no logic behind hantu. Kalau ada, I would really want to believe in it, but there's no logic. And I remember banyak kali dalam podcast saya cakap, kalau hantu tu wujud, kalau all this black magic wujud, buktikan kat I, letak paku dalam perut I. You have my permission, you have my blessing. Buat. Nothing. I'm still here. So to all the magicians who say that they can put paku in my perut, I'm still alive. I don't have paku in my perut pun. So I need proof.
Yeah.
There is logic evidence to say Allah exists. There's logic proof to say God exists. But there's no logic towards hantu.
Betul. Setuju.
This black voodoo, black magic shit like that.
Rubbish.
Yeah, exactly.
Rubbish.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's completely fair. I think like I would like to say that it's not dated to like macam nenek moyang ataupun atuk kita yang create. I would say like it kind of goes far back juga because even time zaman nabi-nabi kita pun they tried to play with spirits and everything stuff like that. So that dated ages ago. Cuma probably the translation of spirits or what spirits are apa semua tu evolved into hantu. You know, cause like macam let's say ada nuclear waste kan, and then these people nak buang nuclear waste kan, they put it down way down below population level, ground level, and they don't cement it, and then letak a logo where logo tu macam the hazardous, you know, the triangle hazardous apa semua tu kan. Tapi scientists figured there was a problem. This is the problem is, what if this logo in another 1,000 years change its meaning. Orang tak tahu dah maksudnya apa. Then orang masuk tiba-tiba radiation spread out. So that's the thing yang macam boleh ubah over time.
I read about this.
Yeah.
Priesthood, right?
Yeah. So macam bayangkan something as simple as a logo yang kau tahu could be dangerous apa
You would
semua
think
tu.
it's a treasure if you
Yeah,
put like
yeah.
a skull.
Yeah, betul. Let's say macam pirate punya logo tu yang skull tu kan. It used to be a sense of I am pirates. Tapi now when we look at it, kita fikir macam this is deadly, this is poisonous.
Yes, betul.
So this is how like a logo can even change its meaning. No words, nothing, in a sense of, I don't know, like 1,000 years time. So in my sense, like macam spirits exist, tapi over 1,000 years it has changed its narration.
Yeah. Boleh jadi.
That's how I logically think about it lah.
Another thing that amazes me about mankind is we seem to always, when I had a podcast with Yusuf, he kept on emphasizing that Kiamat dah dekat is coming. Do you know our past generation, our grandparents' generation, every generation that has passed before us say that it's our time? Did you know that?
Yeah.
They all say the same thing.
Masa
Now,
2012 lah.
they
Apalah.
all say the same thing. Our great-great-grandparents,
Yeah.
they all say the same thing. And then for some people to say that dah teruk sangat sekarang, no, it's not. It was much worse before. What we are
okay.
now,
All right.
we are okay. I mean, we have the issue with Palestine and Israel and whatnot. But the situation is not as bad as it was a few hundred years ago. The Black Death. So many other wars, killings, which was 10 times worse.
I assume like time during World War II pun orang believe that it was going to be the end of the world juga kan. That makes sense juga.
It didn't happen. So I feel like we are living in a bubble that we want to put fear in your mind to not live your life to the max. So this I cannot agree on. This is
Okay.
why I think it's better to be yourself and to just do whatever you want to do. Why do you want to live in a bubble of fear, of constant fear of not knowing what's going to happen? Then you're not going to put yourself in a position where you can be the best of the best.
That's okay. That's fair. Tapi like also like for viewer discretion, asalkan it's legal lah. Not saying that to be the best you want to be the best serial killer. No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. Please take with some brain. Kalau tak ada otak, Shopee tengah buat sale. Ada je otak. Kebanyakan orang banyak otak kat lutut.
Terjatuh.
Tapi no, betul. Like I think in some sense I agree. Where macam the strongest tool that people use is fear. Kalau kita tengok cara orang sampaikan Islam pun, they always use fear tau. It's never from approach of love. Hari tu we called over Keanu to come over, and he also had the same complaints. Where every time when they're preaching about religion or preaching about something, it's always through fear. Always through fear. Yes, fear works in certain aspects. Macam for example, if you were to rob a bank, then after that you will lose your life, everything semua tu. You know, these kind of strong tragic things, it's fair to use fear, you know. But not everything requires fear. Some things just require literally tender love and attention.
Betul.
I remember telling people, death is not what I fear. What I fear is waking up and not doing what I want to do with my life. That is more scary than death. Death, you know, you're dead. You know that there's nothing after that. You're dead. I mean,
Kau dah reda dengan keadaan.
But to wake up and to not do what you want to do with your life, that is more scary daripada death itself.
Dengan menyesal lagi.
Exactly. I read a article once, and then they say, you know, the biggest regret untuk manusia yang dah tua, selalu diorang cakap diorang punya biggest regret adalah they didn't take more risk in life. They didn't do what they want to do with their life, and then they regretted it once you sampai a certain age.
Betul.
So yeah.
Betul. Honestly, sometimes you think it simply lah. You regret not saying hi to that girl you like, ataupun express the feelings to the girl that you like. Apa so itu very simple, very simple. Ni when it comes to career ataupun taking chances ataupun taking risks apa semua tu, I would say there are some risks yang aku regret taking, but I don't beat myself up for it. The regrets I really beat myself up for it are the regrets of opportunities I didn't take. And I get that.
We are so used to quick dopamine. Semua benda nak cepat because of social media. We want everything to be fast that we forget success, life, career goals. Nothing happens overnight. It takes a long duration of time. And bila kita tengok orang lain berjaya, kita marah, kita angkuh, kita geram, but we don't see the amount of years they've put in, the mistakes that they've made before untuk sampai where they are now. So I have this one saying, where did I hear it from? I forgot. If you don't have a person's phone number or you don't know them personally,
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah,
Tom Holland.
Yes.
Yeah, don't judge them.
Betul. There's really great quote I like also where kata macam you can be jealous of someone's success, but then you're not jealous of how they got there. That's not fair.
I can be completely honest with both of you, and I can tell you, 35 years of my life, I am now officially happy. I wake up happy. I'm not rich, far from it. I don't have nice cars, nice houses, all this shit. But I'm so happy. I'm happy because I wake up doing what I want to do with my life.
That's good.
I think that's priceless, more priceless than money and whatever it is.
That's honestly a really good thing to have though. Honestly, it's not just like, it's not you. Here's the thing though. Like macam when we say like we're happy, a lot of people seem to think that that's a dopamine that you get every single day, but it's not. No. What Dollah is explaining, it's the happiness, that the fact that he is in peace right now, where there's nothing that macam make him feel like macam rimasnya, kenapa aku nak bangun kerja, buat do something he doesn't like apa semua tu. The happiness that he's talking about, or what people oftenly say, is peace. You're at peace right now, where you get to do what you want, and kau tak perlu nak macam risau sangat pasal income kau daripada datang pada mana ke apa semua, and you just still want to do what you want to do.
It's still not easy. I bukan cakap benda tu senang.
Of course, no.
I bukan cakap I got everything that I dreamt of.
No.
Tetapi it's not easy to wake up and to do what you want to do. I think people are so focused on getting kerja yang kasih gaji tinggi, duit. I really don't like thinking about money. I am not the businessman, nor am I the money guy or Space Dollah. I have people thinking about that. I just like making videos. That's all I like doing. But yeah, never really enjoyed thinking about money. Abang I adalah orang yang manage Space Dollah punya finances. And dia cakap I berapa banyak duit I boleh spend setiap bulan, and I like it like that. I like to know the money's there. You just tell me how to make the money, and let me spend how much you tell me I should spend. So I like it like that. I'm definitely not a business guy, Space Dollah.
We need someone like that.
Yeah, you should.
You should. Definitely should. Abang, you check kerja baru.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy.
Mana tahu dia nak side income.
Banyak dah. Dia bersyukur.
Faham. And okay, this is also something that surprised me. Kita stop talking about space kejap tu apa semua. Let's talk about the human mind sikit. You at one point tried to dive into politics as well. How did you enjoy that?
Biggest mistake of my life.
Why?
Biggest mistake of my life.
Okay.
I realized politics is just people filled with a lot of hatred. Just this egoistic hatred of their rivalry, and
Okay,
I felt like
when you say egoistic hatred, what do you mean by egoistic hatred?
They hate their rivals lah. They teach you to hate their rivals. And I thought politics was supposed to be about fighting for something you believe in and fighting for a nation. But the circle I was in was more about hate. And I was selfish. I was greedy. I joined politics because I thought it was a quick way to make money.
Of course.
Yeah, I was honestly greedy. I just came back from America and I was like, tengok politik keadaan Malaysia kan, when you're in politics, usually you get rich. But Sadiq's not like that. So I thought it was a get rich quick cut, which was a mistake. And then after 6-7 months doing it, I was like, I hate this. I hate this life. I hate what I'm doing. I don't enjoy it. So I left.
That's fair. That's fair. I used to be like part of a youth group that was very heavily onto politics as well. And I hated it. I didn't see, because again, I had a debate background and I don't see any of them debating points. Even if there are people debating points, it's just the people who are fascinated about this and then so macam, okay, don't argue macam ni. Then I also, even though like I'm in their side, I understand the opposition punya side macam mana. I akan argue lah macam, okay, tapi kalau macam ni macam mana? And after that, instead of like thinking of a proper rebuttal, dah lah kau. Macam, okay, alright, aku nak belajar apa sih macam ni? Yes, how are you going to say your argument is good? Kalau ni pun dah kau dah struggle nak jawab dah. So, and then I start to see like you say like macam egoistical hate. And I understand why they use egoistical hate. Because not gonna lie, the best way to unite anyone out of any single race, any single color or any single religion is when you all have the same enemy. When you have a common enemy, and that common enemy could be another party. Okay, maybe party politics is a little bit too hard to talk about. Okay, right?
We need aliens to come sooner than later lah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if aliens come, there will not be any more race.
Yeah, betul. Like macam even in the 3-body problem tu pun, how humanity all came together just to take down one enemy saja. Nothing else mattered dah. Kalau kita tengok, okay, tu big scale, ni politics small scale, kita tengok at a very realistic scale. When lagi kau boleh nampak every single Malaysian come and unite together and sorak for a person who is a different race, a different gender, melainkan bila kau tengok Olympics ataupun bila kau tengok Lee Chong Wei tengah main badminton. During that time, aku tak kisah kau support politik apa, tak kisah religion kau apa, we all, satu Malaysia, have a common enemy. And that common enemy, whoever is in the opposite court of Lee Chong Wei. And during that time, fuck it. Tak kisah apa semua tu. And then, I understand. And that works well in sports. That's fair in sports.
So we have to change it then.
Yeah, I guess so.
We have to change it. That we cannot just look to that problem and hope that things will change when we don't attempt to make the change.
Yeah, betul.
You have power. You already have power. You have a social media following. You have people listening to you. You have me listening to you. Think about that. So you should try to make the change. If you don't do it, who will? It saddens me to see in Malaysia we still use kaum Melayu, China, India. All these are just race cards that politicians use to get votes. But in reality, we are Malaysian. You know, if you have the power to do something, you should do something about it.
Definitely, but this kind of thing, kalau I advocate in a very strong, straight, direct way, it will come off as propaganda. And I understand that. And I get that. So the best way now is just to educate the youth of our generation ataupun my generation about like macam here, these kind of statements are racist. And eventually I have to trust that they know themselves not to vote for somebody who is racist. So it takes a lot of play and trust. But again, to allow human race to evolve the way it was, the way it needs to evolve, I cannot sound too hard sell because it's going to sound like propaganda. Even though what I'm trying to say is right. Macam even though aku nak cakap we shouldn't cyberbully someone just because they are not tutuping their aurat. That's not right. That's not the right way to preach. Even that pun ada banyak gila resistance. Then okay, tak apa. Try, tengok how they evolve. Try, tengok how they evolve. Try, tengok how they evolve. That's all. That's the most I can do as a human being without thinking that I'm some godly ataupun dictator figure.
But you can do so much more.
That's fair.
You have the power to do so much more.
That's fair.
Yeah, you don't realize it, but you are changing lives when you make the videos that you make. I'm a vivid listener of you, and I don't think even you knew that before I met you. So I was like a fan when I saw you live. I was like, oh my gosh. So think about it. You are changing people's lives. You have the power to do so. You just don't know it yet. You have no idea who's listening on the other side of the phone, bro.
Never do.
Betul tu.
I never do. But I like to keep it that way. I don't want it to be macam mana,
I don't want it to take over my own head. Because I know what I look like with some ego, so I have to tone that down.
But you need to be delusional.
A little bit.
You need to be delusional with whatever you want to do with your life. You have to be delusional. There's a saying that the people who really, really make it in life, they are completely delusional. But because they manifest and they believe in what they want to achieve so badly, they actually do. I am super delusional. I believe I can change the world. I believe I can change the world of education with my documentaries, my educational content. And people are going to say whatever they want to say, but I am delusional. I believe the day will come. It might not be now. It might be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years in the future. But I won't stop. If I die before I reach that milestone, then I die. But at least I die trying.
Fair.
Nice.
Fair. I like that.
Yeah, though.
I like that.
Yeah. Thank you doh. Sebab kadang-kadang tu macam yelah kita kalau kita duduk dengan satu kumpulan ke apa, if kita terlalu delusional pun orang akan macam apa kau ni kan. You know, benda-benda macam tu untuk aku lah. Untuk aku pun aku macam kalau boleh tak nak lah ke situ di mana macam orang ingat aku macam ni lebih lah macam tu. Sebab aku terlalu dengar orang cakap tau. Bila orang cakap something tu aku macam oh ya ke? Oh, okay. Sebab aku terlalu macam pentingkan mungkin dorang betul. Mungkin aku salah. You know, aku mungkin kekurangan kepercayaan diri lah. Benda macam tu.
You have to start realizing in life it's just you against the world. You have to be selfish. To succeed in life, to succeed with whatever you want to do now, you have to be selfish. You have to think about you and your circle alone. No one else matters. People are so concerned about the negative comment ataupun benda orang cakap bukan-bukan, but people forget yang orang tulis benda negatif tu 2 minutes later they forget about you. 2 minutes later dia dah lupa dah. You think they have problems, they have their own families at home. And then kalau benda heavy, contoh macam Yajuj Majuj hari tu viral, 7 days. It only takes 7 days then they forget. Orang curi bilion pun kita dah tak berbual pasal benda tu, apatah lagi all this other stuff. So in your head you got to think whatever judgment people have of you, they will probably forget it 2 minutes later, maximum 7 days. And
maximum 7 days. Okay.
7 days.
Nice. Thank you though.
Betul. So ni 7 days 2 minutes je.
Wait.
Bisa. Tak apalah. At least solo cam tadi. Baru ke? Baru sangat baru Okay. Ngam soy. Faham? Jadi sebenarnya kita sampai hujung dah.
Betul. Sebab best lah. You know, best sangat. No, banyak lagi aku nak tanya pasal space, but mungkin nanti next episode.
InsyaAllah.
If you haven't seen the Indonesia documentary, you should see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen it yet because I think we met from TikTok.
Yes.
And if you've not seen Space Dollah YouTube, you got to check it out. The first documentary I did of the Torajans, that's already very bizarre and different. You tengok orang buat content, tengok hantu, cari hantu, all this rubbish. With the Torajans, there's ada 7 mayat depan air, dia kering. I angkat mayat tu sama-sama. It's like 15 kilogram je, kasih mayat tu rokok, berbual dengan mayat tu. Yeah.
Damn. So, okay, untuk soalannya adalah macam apa yang kau dapat dekat situ?
One thing I learned at Toraja, yang I rasa I will never learn anywhere else, adalah we should not be afraid of death. Death can be celebrated. The Torajans, they don't believe that when you die, you die. You kena sembelih 17 kerbau untuk kasih you pergi ke Puya, which is akhirat untuk orang. And satu lagi benda belajar dekat situ adalah tak kira you Islam, Christian, kubur orang semua sebelah-sebelah. Over here, they have this separation of kubur. So very different over there. I think if I die nanti, I want to donate all my whole body to science and to people who need my organs.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I can see myself doing that as well. I always think that macam if I'm about to die, let's say I have 2 months left to live and I want to be sent to a black hole.
Ooh, wow, spaghetti.
Right? I want to see what it's like. I will spaghettify and everything, but I wanna know.
Yeah, same.
I really wanna know. I'm
tembus
that
mana?
curious. Yes, tembus mana. So even if kalau kau tanya aku kan, if I could have any superpower, what would I be kan? I wouldn't. To to manipulate black holes. That's always been my superpower. I don't care about teleportation, reading your mind. I don't want to know your mind.
Yeah,
I don't want to fly. I want to know what's inside of a black hole. I want to know. So yeah, I would like to send my body to a black hole.
You know, I had the Space Dollah that you know now is very different to how I was 4 years ago. If you met me 4 years ago, you should run.
Faham?
I was the worst human being on earth. Malas. But I had a spiritual trip. I'm not going to say what I took, but a spiritual trip where in that trip, 2 things happened to me that changed my life completely. One, I got my hidayah on that trip. I remember there was a complete darkness. I berjalan. There was a white hole. And I walked towards the white hole. Ada tangan ambil air. My dad ambil air. I was an infant, a child. And my dad azan to me. And I came out my mom's vagina.
Of course.
And then satu lagi, it was a forest. I could feel the rain, the mist of the forest. And I saw 2 versions of me. Satu, kalau I continued on the path of penagih, hancur, gigi tak ada. Satu lagi, he looked happy. He didn't look rich, but he was smiling. And I talked to him. Dia yang cakap I suruh buat YouTube. I had zero clue about editing, about shooting.
Dia cakap suruh buat 7 tahun
7
kan?
tahun. Yeah. And I just did it. Now, I didn't wake up terus buat, but I slowly said no to the bad shit. I slowly said no to benda-benda yang merosakkan hidup I. It didn't happen overnight, but then I slowly took the initiative to learn, and then here I am.
Wow.
I think that's hidayah to me.
Yeah.
Hidayah can be in whatever way. To me, that's hidayah.
Yeah, betul. I feel like hidayah, in some sense, if it ultimately is so healthy for you, so good for you. I don't want to say good without saying healthy first, because it has to be healthy. Because good can be a lot of things. Good can be like getting intoxicated or being drunk 24/7. To some people, that's good. So no, it has to be healthy for you. It has to be then good for you. And then after that, in some sense, it pulls you a little bit closer to Allah daripada you being further away.
I was Muslim before. I didn't practice.
Faham.
Now I'm practicing. I'm taking the initiative to want to learn. So very different to macam mana saya sebelum ini dengan sekarang. I'm happy.
Alhamdulillah.
You went down that path.
That's good though.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So I think that's a nice way to conclude this episode.
Yeah.
Kita dah sampai penghujung rancangan kita kali ni.
Yeah.
So we hope to see you guys again next week.
Betul.
Thank you again, Dollah, for coming in.
Thank you.
Terima kasih. Thank you for having me.
Singgah
Hari ni
lagi.
very chill conversation. I like it.
Yeah.
Tengah kurang sihat ni is good.
Faham? Di ada podcast macam mana?
I'm usually very energetic when I talk.
Yeah.
Today I'm not feeling that well.
No, tapi tak apa. Memang kita punya vibe memang chill.
Yes, chill.
Semua
I like
orang
it.
cakap benda sama je. Very chill podcast. It is. That's the whole idea.
I like it.
Bye.
Lovely. Alright, okay. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys
Terima
next
kasih
week.
semua.
Same time, same place.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Mwah.
Yeah, right. He does that every time, no? Dah 88 episod dah dia buat. Let's
I
go.
want to try smoking that thing with tai lembu.
Tai lembu.
Sekejap, tutup dulu.
Fascinating.
Aku tak nak